Have you ever failed so many times that you started to believe success just wasn't meant for you? Maybe you launched a startup and it crashed. Maybe you tried again and failed again. Maybe this is your third, fourth, fifth attempt, and people are telling you, just get a real job. Listen to me carefully. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's the entry fee. This is the story of a man who failed 11 times, lost everything, filed for bankruptcy, slept in his car, became the joke of his town, and then built a $10 million company. His name was Victor Reynolds. And if you've ever felt like quitting, this story might change your life. Stay with me. Because the secret to his success wasn't talent. It wasn't connections. It wasn't luck. It was something much simpler and much harder. Victor grew up in a blue-collar town outside Cleveland, Ohio. Steel mills, warehouses, factory sirens at 6 a.m. Dreams were nice, but security was respected. His dad owned a small print shop. Nothing flashy, but steady. Food on the table. Bills paid on time. Victor went to a state college. Graduated with a business degree. Life was normal. But Victor didn't want normal. He wanted to build something. Create something. Prove he was capable of more. At 22, in 2008, right when smartphones were taking off, Victor opened a phone accessory store in a local mall. He thought he caught the wave. He didn't. 8 months later, the store closed. He lost $18,000. His dad said, "It's okay, son. Come work with me. Learn the family business." But to Victor, that felt like surrender. At 23, he launched an online tutoring platform. Spent a year building the website, recruiting tutors, running Facebook ads. After 12 months, 3 customers. Total revenue, $312. He shut it down. At 24, he tried a food delivery startup. Failed. Lost $10,000. At 25, a streetwear brand. Failed. Lost $15,000. At 26, an event planning business. Failed. People started whispering, "Isn't that the guy who keeps starting businesses?" How many has that been? 5. His college friends were getting promotions, buying homes, posting engagement photos. They stopped inviting him to reunions. Victor became the cautionary tale. At night, he'd stare at the ceiling and think, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. His savings were gone. Credit cards maxed out. Family loans unpaid. At 27, he went all in on a digital marketing agency. Rented a small office. Hired 2 employees. Took out a bank loan. 6 months later, every client left. He couldn't make payroll. Couldn't pay rent. Evicted. The bank called daily. His employees quit. And for the first time in his life, Victor filed for personal bankruptcy. 28 years old. Back in his childhood bedroom. His dad barely spoke to him. His mom cried in the kitchen. One night, sitting on that old twin bed, surrounded by rejection emails, Victor whispered, "One more time. Just one more. If I fail again, I'm done." But this time, He knew something had to change. No bank would lend him money. So he took a job as a waiter at a high-end steakhouse downtown. Every night, he served wealthy executives $90 ribeyes and $200 bottles of wine. And every night, he felt like a failure, serving successful people. Then one evening, a regular customer named Mr. Joseph Carter sat in Victor's section. Self-made millionaire. Owned several manufacturing plants. Mr. Carter looked at Victor and said, "You're too sharp to be a waiter." Victor froze. "I've watched you," Mr. Carter said. "You listen. You ask smart questions. Why are you here?" Victor hesitated, then told the truth. "I failed 7 businesses. All of them." Mr. Carter leaned back. 7? He smiled. "I failed 11 times. Before I got it right." Victor blinked. 11? Lost my house. Slept in my truck. Almost lost my marriage. What changed? Victor asked. Mr. Carter said, 3 rules. If you're serious, not stubborn, but serious, meet me tomorrow at 6 a.m. Victor didn't sleep that night. At 5:45 a.m., he stood outside Mr. Carter's office. On the wall inside was a framed list of 11 failed businesses, each crossed out in red. "I keep that," Mr. Carter said, "to stay humble." Then he wrote on a whiteboard. Rule number 1. Study before you start. Every time you jumped in, without a foundation, he said, passion without preparation is just expensive excitement. Spend 3 months learning your market, your customer, your competition. Rule number 2. Commit to 18 months. Not 6. 18. Months 1 to 6? You'll suffer. Months 7 to 12? Small wins. Months 13 to 18? Momentum. Most people quit in month 5. Rule number 3. Master one thing. You tried to offer everything. Mr. Carter said, be known for one thing. Be so good they can't ignore you. Victor committed. 3 months of research. No launching. Just learning. He chose one niche. LinkedIn lead generation. For B2B tech startups. One service. One audience. Nothing else. Month 4. He launched. Tech lead growth. First client. $750 a month. Month 6. $1,200 total. His dad said, this is the same pattern. Victor almost quit. But he remembered. 18 months. Month 9. $2,000. Month 12. $4,000. Month 13. Breakthrough. A venture-backed startup. Signed for $4,000 a month. Referrals followed. Month 18. $30,000 a month. Victor sat in that same childhood bedroom and cried. Not because he was rich, but because he didn't quit. Year 2. $450,000 in revenue. Year 3. $1.3 million. 5 years later. $10 million in annual revenue. 60 employees. Offices in 3 states. At a business conference in Chicago, a young founder asked him, I've failed twice. Should I try again? Victor smiled. How bad do you want it? More than anything. Then yes. Victor said. But do it differently. Study first. Commit to 18 months. Master one thing. Failure isn't the detour. It's the road. Here's the truth. Successful people aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who failed the most and kept showing up. The difference isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's showing up. One more time. Then you fall down. So if you're on attempt number 3, or 8, or 12, maybe your breakthrough isn't years away. Maybe it's one more attempt away. Don't quit. Not yet.